Hey brush monkeys, welcome back, and we are taking one last break before we wrap up these Normans and doing the Reaper Bones Dwarf Wizard. As you can see, he's got his little staff there. He's got a lot of pouches on his belt. He's got one on the back. He's even got a sword across his back that he's got hanging kind of horizontal there. And all in all, he just kind of looks like a short Gandalf, so that's kind of how I'm going to paint him. So I've got the paints laid out for him here. Again, this is going to be a lot of contrast, but not entirely contrast. I've got Dark Angel's green for the ground, for this basing here. I've got Snakebite leather, of course, for the leathers. Guilliman flesh for his skin. Wildwood for the wooden parts, like the hilt and scabbard of his sword and his staff here. Basilicum gray for his robes, and then I'm going to go with apothecary white for his beard and eyebrows, which you know, I don't really like it as a white, but it works well in high texture areas like that hair, and it'll look like a lighter gray to differentiate it from his robes and whatnot. Then I've got this Talasar blue that I haven't tried out yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how it works, and I'm going to use that for his hat band. So it's just going to be like a little spot of bright color in the midst of all these earth tones and grays. So I think that's going to look pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and pause and get started on that, and then we'll come back and see how he looks. I'm also going to use, I've got some Balthazar gold here for the hilt, the pommel, and the shape of a sword here. And I'm going to accent those with Vallejo Model Color Old Gold. So that's my palette for that guy, and I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pause and get started on him. So I will see you in a little bit. Bye. Alright, brush monkeys, progress time here. Again, because I'm going with the contrast paints on most of them, he's going by fairly quickly. You can see where I've got the Balthazar gold down on the sword hilt, pommel, and tip of the scabbard there. Everything else, everything else has been done with contrast paints, and it's gone by pretty quick. Once again, I'm a little bit disappointed in the apothecary white. I keep thinking I found a texture or a purpose for it where it's going to really get a chance to shine and look gray in the shadows, white in the highlights, and it just doesn't want to cooperate. So his beard and eyebrows and hair, I painted an apothecary white. It came out just kind of a flat uniform gray over the whole thing, so I thinned down some Nuln oil with a little bit of Lamian medium and washed that over his beard, and then and it still kind of stands out from the Basilicum gray of his robes, but just to make sure that it does, I'm going to end up having to dry brush it with a little bit of Longbeard gray. And I did get his base painted, as you can see, with the Dark Angel's green. It looks really good. I think that's really a good color to use for texturing bases. I've even got part of the base band painted. I say part because, as usual with the base bands, you take them out and there you go. You got that little section where the handle goes that it doesn't quite touch the base band. It doesn't quite. It covers up part of the base band and you have to redo it. But for those, I'm going to, again, I'm going to put them on a cork and do a few layers around the base band so it gets out a nice even green. But the top of the thing, I tried this with the Barbarian and it came out looking really good. I'm going to dry brush it with a little bit of this Niblet green, just to make that grass look a little grassier. And then, of course, I'm going to do the Vallejo Old Gold on the sword bits there. The rest of them looks really good. I used, like I said, I used the what is it here, Talasar blue as a spot color on the guy. So I've got his pants that you can just barely see in his robes there. If I can get it to focus. Autofocus is going to be the death of me. There we go. And his hat band. It looks really good. And then I found, when I was painting him, I saw he had two little kind of bands around his arms. So So I decided to go ahead and paint those blue just to give them a little bit of color and make them not quite look so much like short Gandalf. But he's coming along. He's looking pretty good. There's a couple little places on the Basilicanum Gray I'm going to touch up a little bit. And then I think I'm going to let him dry for a little bit. And then we'll come back, dry brush his beard, dry brush the grass, layer on the golds. And I think he'll be close to being done. So we're making progress on him. He's looking pretty good. I'll see you soon. Alright, we're back, and as you can see, I've made some progress on the dwarf. I'm going to go ahead and call him done. As you can see, I've got the gold painted on there, layered on there, and they look really good. I got his beard dry brush, and it looks a little better than it did. I got the niblet green painted on his base, so he looks pretty spiffy. And all together, I've got his base band layered. That's still a little wet, so I'm going to let that dry for a little bit before I matte seal him. But for the most part, I'm going to go ahead and call him done. So, yeah. That's another figure in the can. It's good. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next week, where we'll wrap up the Norman Feardman. All right. See you then. Bye. Hey Brush Monkeys, Tom from Flying Monkey Studios here. If you like what you see, click like. If you want to find out when new videos get posted, click subscribe. Comment below on what you want to see on future videos. Visit our Patreon site for lots of ways that you can support me in doing what I do. You can also visit our Instagram and Facebook pages to see all the miniatures that I paint on this channel, and see how you can get your hands on one of your own. So thanks a lot for your time, and thanks for watching my videos, and I will see you guys later. Bye.